Hi everybody, it's me, Tess. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry I haven't posted a video this week. I had a couple of days where I had a migraine headache and, it was bad. It made me nauseated, the whole 9 yards. So, I finally got over that. This one lasted like 3 days. I just didn't feel well. So, yeah, but I'm feeling better. And so I'm here today because Ladybird Loves tagged me in and you probably have seen it. It's going around YouTube. Let's talk about hooks. So I have been tagged, and she tagged me several days ago. But like I said, my brain was on fire. So yeah, but I'm here today. And before we get started, you guys, I want to tell you what happened to me. It's called Vertically Challenged Woman versus Top Loading Washer. Okay, everybody, you know I'm only 5'1", right? Short. And my mom, she used to tell me, my mom was 5'10.5", and she used to tell me, "You're vertically challenged." And I am vertically challenged. So, this past weekend, when my son came home from college, he brought all his dirty laundry, as kids will do when they come home for the weekend, right? So I don't normally do the washing part of the laundry because I'm so short that I can't reach down into the washing machine and get all the clothes out. So I'm not tall enough, right? So, but that particular day, my son had an interview for his first job, and I just wanted to surprise him by having his clothes done for him when he came home from the interview on Saturday morning. And so I put all the clothes in, they washed, and then came the problem. Trying to get the clothes out of the washer and into the dryer because I had a house full of sleepyheads, and my other son and my daughter and Superman were still sound asleep, right? And it was like 10:30. What's up with that, people? Yeah. But anyway, back to my story. So I thought, I'll get a footstool out of my craft room and I'll be able to bend down over in there and get those clothes out, right? Well, just as I start to do that, my son comes in. So he's home and he went on back in his room, and I got the stool, and I got up on the stool, and I was reaching down in there and grabbing those clothes out and tossing them in the dryer, and my foot slipped on the stool and I went head first into my washing machine. Yes, head first, like a swan dive into a washing machine. And I have one foot against the laundry room door and my hands inside the washer, and I'm screaming, "Help! Help! The washing machine's got me! Help! Help!" And nobody's coming. And I screamed again, "Help!" as loud as I could, which almost blew my ears out because, remember, my head is in a steel drum, right? And my one leg is against that laundry room door, kind of holding me up so that I don't face plant and break my neck, right? And my other foot is like waving around in the air like it just don't care. Yeah, it's just waving around. So my son come running in there. He just came running so quick, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, Mom, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Son, I was trying to do the wash and the washer ate me." He said, Mom, you know you can't do this. I'm like, I wanted to surprise you, son. He said, surprise! And then, of course, I had to ask him, you didn't take any video of me with my legs sticking out of the washer like this, did ya? He said no. And he promised me he didn't. So if y'all see me on YouTube and you just see these legs sticking out and this one going crazy wild, you'll know that's me. Even though you won't see my head because it was in the washing machine. All right. Back to, this is my life, people. I'm like so serious. My wonderful friends out there, this is my life. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about hooks, all right? Now looky here. I have this nice little bag. It's got all my hooks in it. These are all the hooks I own. Okay, so we're going to start with the questions. The first question is, what is your favorite brand of crochet hook? And I'm sorry I'm looking down because I got to look at the questions. And they're on my laptop right down here. And I'll tell you, my favorite brand of crochet hooks are Clover Amour hooks. And when you buy your Clover hooks, they look like this. And these are ergonomic handles, okay? And they are much better than the metal ones, but they're still not built up for somebody that has like RA, like me, or maybe even just severe osteoarthritis in their hands. But they are way better than your average metal hook, okay? So I have these. The way I get my Clover Amour hooks now is from this gal, her and her husband. Her name's Amanda, and she owns an Etsy shop called My Darn Yarn. And what she will do is she will take your favorite hook, and she has Clover, she has Susan Bates, and she has Boyce. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. But yeah. So she takes these handles off, and then she puts acrylic handles on in their place. And these acrylic handles are absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to show you what they look like once Amanda is finished with them. And it's Amanda at My Darn Yarn, okay, on Etsy. Don't confuse it with that other company that sells yarn, and they do it in a socially responsible way, which I think is fantastic. I'm just not a fan of them. I've ordered a couple of things, and I've had to send everything back, which is sad, because I really wanted to like them. And it's not that I dislike them. They're just not a good fit for me. There you go. All right. So this is what Amanda does to these hooks. Do you see that? See how beautiful those are? And they have a really nice handle for holding on to. And you guys, I love these. Love these. So I have them in most of the sizes. I think I start at a 4mm and I go all the way up to like an 8mm. I think this is an 8mm. No, it might be a 9. Yeah, because that's a 10. And then this is a 15, I believe. Yeah. And you can see these are really big handles already, so I left them. But there's my bigger sizes. And you see that's the plastic. The hook itself is plastic. when you get into the bigger sizes. But these are Amours, Clover Amour hooks as well. So we have the smaller sizes, 4mm, that start at 4mm, and they go all the way up to a 6.5, I believe. And that's when you lose your metal and you start with the plastic. And they work just as beautifully as the metal ones, so I totally love them. Yeah, totally love them. Okay, so oops, I'm so sorry about that. So now, question number 2 is, what is your favorite hook size? Well, you know what? I am torn. I am torn between an H, and an I. And for you European gals out there, that's a 5mm and a 5.5mm. Okay? Because I really have 2 favorite sizes, and that's it. See, I believe you don't have to be boxed into just one. So that's my answer. A 5mm and a 5.5. And in US terms, an H and an I hook. Alrighty. Ooh, this is a good one. The third question is, do you prefer tapered or incline? So Susan Bates has an inclined hook. And that is this right here. See how that is really a sharp cut in, and then it's a really sharp cut right at the hook, like right there. And you can see this is a Susan Bates. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, and this is not a Susan. This is not an incline. And you see the difference in these? It's more of a hook, where this is more blah, 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 straight. Yeah. And I do not prefer inclines. Yeah. If that's what people are calling them. That's what Ladybird calls it, an incline. Okay. So, I do not prefer those, but the difference is it's in the shape of your actual head of your hook. So, if you can see it better on this Clover. You see how it's kind of tapered up, and then you have the long shaft right here, and that's how you get your perfect loop size every time. Roll that yarn down on that shaft and then whoop, loop it off. Alrighty, let me put this away. If I can. Okay. The next question is, how do you grip your hook? Pencil grip or knife grip? I am not a pencil grip kind of girl. And yes, I am a retired teacher, but I could never crochet with pencil grip. And I'll tell you why. Because when I learned how to crochet last year, y'all remember I was a long-time knitter, and I just learned how to crochet a little over a year ago when everything locked down due to the pandemic. And when I learned, I watched a few videos, and the people on the videos held it like a knife. So that is how I hold mine. When I crochet, I hold it like this, and that's a knife grip. A pencil grip is like when you do this funny thing like that. I've tried to do this. Trust me. I tried just to see if it was easier, and whoo! Gave me a headache, y'all. I went back to my knife grip. So I tried it, but no, did not work out. Definitely a knife grip. Okay, so the next question. Does the style of hook dictate how you crochet? Only in Tunisian crochet, because the hook is much different in Tunisian, and I'll show you that. Okay, this is a Tunisian hook. You see, you got your hook right there. Just like, it looks like a regular crochet hook from here to here, but then all of a sudden you got this. And you're like, what's that about? It's like knitting, almost like using an interchangeable needle with cables. But in Tunisian, you can make your crocheted piece longer. So this is just an extension almost of your hook. Because Tunisian crochet is a little different. You're going to keep a lot of your stitches on your actual hook, just like in knitting, how you keep your stitches on your needle and then you work them back and forth, back and forth. It's kind of the same concept, but not. Yeah. And I don't want to confuse y'all, so we're going to put that Tunisian hook away. But that is the only way that a hook would dictate the way I crochet, is if I were using a Tunisian hook, then I would be doing Tunisian crochet, not regular crochet. Okay? And thank you, Ginger, you yarn geek you, for getting me interested in Tunisian crochet. All right. So, number 6, do you prefer ergonomic hooks or regular hooks? Well, I think that question's been answered, y'all. I prefer ergonomical hooks because I have RA and my hands hurt. And when I use these wonderful hooks, these are acrylic handles and they're very lightweight, that Amanda at My Darn Yarn makes. I can crochet a lot longer. So I love them. I cannot give her enough praise. She has great customer service. She's awesome to work with. I've emailed her numerous times over this past year. I've bought all these hooks from her. So, yeah, she's an awesome gal, and I appreciate her because she makes my hooks. All right. The next question, what are your thoughts on light up hooks? Well, let me tell you, I have a set of light up hooks, and I got this because Summer, and oh my gosh, can you believe I'm drawing a blank? Summer, honey, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I forgot the name of your YouTube channel. Her name is Summer. And she showed these. Her husband actually got her 2 sets one time for, I don't know if it was birthday or anniversary or Christmas, but some gift. And she showed these, and so I got them. And I'm pleased. I actually am pleased. So this is the light up hook. It plugs in and charges up. And you even get a little magnifying glass. So you can walk around like Sherlock Holmes. Wrong eye. Oh, Lordy. I need to wake up. So it looks like this. These are your heads right here. And this is the handle. And you just pop them in. It couldn't be any easier. I mean, seriously. So you got these little hooks. And these hooks are like a clover amour hook. And I think that's why I like them so crazy much. So it's very easy. You take this, you just pop it into your handle like so, and then you can turn the light on. And it is amazing. And mine is dead because I used it in the car. And I never charged it back up. But yes, I love this. And this is by Yarniss. 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 And I got these on Amazon. And you guys, if you are interested in this, and you go to Amazon and look at these, a lot of these are going to look alike, but they don't function the same. They may look very similar on the outside, but they do not function the same. I tried several brands of hooks that look almost just like this. And I sent them all back until I got this one. And this one was the keeper. I can crochet really well, and I'm going to tell you the big secret of why I really, really love this one the most. It has a dim light, so it has high and low. And I'm telling you what, this is so important. If you crochet on high in complete darkness, you will feel like a light has pierced through your brain and gone out the other side. Okay? Because these things can be very, very bright, and they can hurt your eyes. And I mean, I'm a blue-eyed gal, and blue eyes tend to be more sensitive than other colored eyes, but you gotta trust me on this. You need that dim switch. So when I put it on dim, it's perfect. I can see with great detail my stitches, even in complete darkness, and it doesn't pierce through my skull, you know? So yeah, that's just a little tip if you're looking for a lighted hook. And you guys, these are so much better than the lighted hooks that you can buy at Joann's. I forget what the name of that brand is. Is it Light Bright or something? I don't know. But these were way, way better and way less expensive. I paid like $10 or $15 for these. And those you'll pay $8 per hook because they don't have the interchangeable hooks, heads. I tell you guys, I need to wake up. Okay, sorry about all that. But yeah, so check these out on Amazon. You know, if I remember, I will put a link to those hooks down below. Now, I'm not affiliated in any way whatsoever, so it won't hurt my feelings if you don't buy them. It doesn't matter. It's just if you're interested in some really good lighted hooks that are very affordable, Mother's Day is coming up, y'all. Then you might want to check these out, okay? Alrighty. So, next question. Have you ever used a hook with interchangeable heads? Question answered. Why, yes, I have. And I love these. They're convenient. They pack away nicely if you're going on a road trip, which is where I use these a lot of times in my car, especially when we're driving at night, so that it doesn't bother other cars. It doesn't bother my husband when he's driving. Doesn't bother my kids if they're asleep. So this works out fantastically. And I love it. And I love that I can get different sizes with just one handle. So there you go. Alrighty. Now the next question. Do you like projects that require small stainless steel hooks or larger hooks? My favorite hook size is, like I said, an H or an I, which is a 5 or a 5.5. So that's my favorite. And that's usually a nice worsted weight yarn, like a heavy 4 Aran weight yarn, or I do like a bulky 5, but then I go up in the hook size. So it's not in my preferred hook size. It's just those are the hook sizes I use the most because I think I have more 4 weight yarn, because 4 weight yarn is like the most popular weight yarn here in the US. Ta-da! But I do like working with a bulky 5. I don't usually prefer those really bulky yarns. And I do not do this hand arm crochet knitting thing. Oh no, that's out. Not here. No. If I'm going to knit or crochet, I'm going to use the tools. I'm going to use the tools that God gave us the brains to make. Got that right. But no offense to any of y'all that do that hand crochet knitting thing. You go at it, because I've seen some beautiful things with that, but it is not for me. No siree. I'm not getting all tied up and tangled in the yarn. Okay, let's see, the last question. If you were only allowed to use 2 hooks for the rest of your life, what size and brand would they be? Oh my goodness. You know what I would have to go with? I would have to go with my H hook right here, my 5 mil, and my K hook, which is my 6.5 mil, because I use this a lot for bulky 5 yarn. And this is like what I use for worsted weight yarn. So let me move them over here. There you go. So this one is metal and this one is plastic, but these are the 2 I would take with me if I can only take 2 hooks, because then I could do a worsted weight 4 and a bulky 5. And that makes me happy. Yes, it does. Okie dokie. So that is the end of the questions. But real quick, I'll show you my hooks again. These are my hooks I got from Amanda. The beautiful ones. The other ones are my Clover Amour hooks. You saw my Tunisian hook right here. Okay, and let's see, what is I think this might be Knit Picks. Can't remember. Okay, and my favorite hooks here, I keep these in my favorite case. And I'm going to show you that after I zip it up. So you guys, y'all know Ross at Smells Like Yarn? We love Ross. Me and my hubby, we like him. Superman. We watch him and we watch Gary at Urban Yarn. And hubby loves Ross's candor and his just keeping it real attitude. And hubby loves Gary at Urban Yarn. He loves his positive, upbeat. Not that Ross isn't positive or upbeat. That's not what I'm saying. But Gary is very high energy, upbeat, and he has perfect hair. And Superman is bald. So Superman loves Gary's hair and his very positive, upbeat kind of personality. There you go. Okay. So I've showed you my favorite hooks in my favorite case, which is a pencil and pin case I got on Amazon that fits my hooks beautifully. And it reminds me of Ross because it's flamingos. And Ross loves flamingos. So yeah, that's why we love it. Okay. And I've shown you my light up hooks. I have not shown you my Crochet Society hooks, so I will do that super quick. Let's see. And this actually came in one of our boxes, and these are the hooks I have. And now they start really small. I am talking 3 millimeter, and they are my preferred style. They are not that inline style. They are more of a tapered hook. And they've got very pretty handles that are polymer clay, I believe. Polymer clay. And they tend to match the boxes pretty much. And this was the last one we got. Nope, it wasn't. I'm sorry, I lied. This is the last one we got, which is a 7 millimeter. So these are all of my Crochet Society hooks. And I do use them sometimes. Shock, surprise. Yes, I do, because they're so pretty. And I just like pretty. So I do use them sometimes. Then I have my big, ginormous Susan Bates hook, which I use. It's a 25 millimeter. And then I have another hook that is also a 25 millimeter, but it is not an inline. It's not a Susan Bates, as you can see. And then I have another hook that is, let's see, what size is this one? I'm thinking this one might be a 20 millimeter, or maybe it's a 15. I can't remember. But I've used it. I used this one when I made my Outlander cowl. So if you have not seen my Outlander cowl and you would like to make it, I have a tutorial down below. It's my own pattern. So there's no pattern to reference because it's mine. And I share because I learned to do that in kindergarten. Yes, I did. Okay. So now I'm just getting these hooks back in here because they're all messed up. And you know what, you guys? I like to keep everything organized because it will absolutely drive me crazy if I start looking for something and it's not in its place. Yes, I'm kind of like that. So there we go. We've got all these Crochet Society box hooks. And you guys, sometimes I get duplicates of hook sizes. And when I do that, what I'm doing is I'm putting those duplicates aside. And I'm going to be giving those away in some giveaways. So I am going to do, I don't think I told you all this. I'm going to do a giveaway when I get close to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm over 700 now. But yeah, when the day comes that I get close to 1,000, I'll announce my giveaway. And what I'm going to be giving away is some of Amanda's her ergonomical hooks, and that's a value of $38. Her Clover Amour hooks are $38. Now, her other two hooks are less, but the Clovers are my favorite, so that's what I get, and that's what I'll be giving away, okay? And I think I have 3 of them to give away. Okay, now, I'm just going to show you quickly some other hooks that I bought. Before I discovered the Clover hooks, I bought Hobby Lobby hooks. The ergonomical hooks from Hobby Lobby. And I used those for quite a while, and I really liked them until I got my hands on the Clover Amour hooks. And then I was like, these are so good. Now these hooks that I have right here are from Knit Picks. I believe these are Knit Picks. And these are nice hooks too. And they do remind me of the Clover hooks. It's just the tops of these hooks are not quite as pointy as Clover hooks. And I do like a kind of a pointy tip, because then you can dig into those stitches and get them. Yeah, you all know what I mean. And now here's my very first set of hooks I ever had. These metal hooks, and I bought them on Amazon, and I got this whole set for about $10. And I used these for quite a while. This is how I learned to crochet, on these hooks from Amazon. The whole set was like $10. And I highly recommend them. And if you go on Amazon, you'll see a whole bunch of sets of these metal type crochet hooks. And I'm not going to say they're all the same, because they may not be. Because my lighted hooks, even though they looked almost identical, they did not function the same way. So I'm not going to say they're all the same, because they may not be, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's it, everybody. I am done with this little video, and thank you all so much for sticking with me because it's kind of long. But real quick before we go, now don't look at the color because this is just a prototype, but I am going to be doing a tutorial on my new pattern, which is a yarn bowl. And this is it. Don't look at the color. This is just like junk yarn that I use when I'm creating a pattern. So I'll use it and then I'll actually rip this all out and wind it back up and I'll reuse it again. I do that. I've already used this yarn probably 4 or 5 times for patterns that I'm working on. And so I have perfected the pattern, but I'm going to be using two different colors of yarn, and it is a bulky weight 5. And this tutorial, you guys, will be coming soon. So if you like this little yarn bowl, see, it's very sturdy. Those sides are not going anywhere. And it's very, very sturdy. You can put stuff in here. It's not going to flop over. And it's my secret. And it's not adding any plastic to it or anything else. It is just yarn. But I have a secret. And I'm going to share it with y'all. Okay? So be looking for this pattern coming soon. Or tutorial, I should say. And I can post the pattern in my Facebook group, which is Tess Loves This Yarn. Yeah. So, okay. So, everybody, thank you so much for coming and seeing me today. I'm so excited to be back with you. And, yeah, this crazy week with this migraine thing, my head blowing off, my shoulders there. But, thank you, everybody, for coming to see me and for coming back time after time. I love you all so much, and you all are amazing. Much. So as always, be kind and be safe out there in the world, no matter where you are. Okay? Till next time. Bye.